Hello everybody, I'm Ajit K. Mishra, your instructor for Essential Life Skills. I'm here again with a new session on leadership skills. In this session, I will be talking about some great and important leadership skills. If you remember, in the last session, I talked about 6 great contributors to great leadership. And in this session, I'll be talking about the first big contributor to great leadership. It's all about developing great leadership in us. And with the help of these contributors, these components, we can develop great leadership skills in us. And once these leadership skills are developed in us, we can feel extremely confident about everything that we do in an organizational setup or as part of our team. So in this session, you'll learn about self-development strategies. So let's start with what self-development is all about. Self-development is a process of learning new things and building new skills. And that's why it is called self-development, which is a never-ending process. It is an evolving process. It's an ongoing process because every second day we come across something new, something important, and if we have that curiosity and that learning interest, we can learn new things and we can build new skills, because after a certain period our skills, if not either revised or improved, or no new skills are added to the existing skills, they become very, very obsolete. So it's all about learning new things and building new skills. Skills that help us increase our chances of success, achieving our goals and manifesting our dreams. Because we are working because we want success, because we want to achieve our goals, because we want to fulfill our dreams. And that's the reason why it is very, very important that we begin to work on self-development. So let's take a look at how we can work on self-development and what are the important aspects of self-development that we need to explore and improve. The first important aspect of self-development is a growth mindset. It all lies in the mind. A mind in its own place can make a hell out of heaven and a heaven out of hell. So it's the power of the mind. So the mind actually does everything for us. And similarly, it's the mindset that makes us move, makes us make decisions, makes us go that extra mile. So it's all in the mindset. If we know how to develop a growth mindset, instead of a fixed mindset, which is not going anywhere, it is static, it is obsolete, it is worn out. If we develop a growth mindset, it will mean that we are ready to learn new things, we are ready to develop new skills, we are ready to go that extra mile, and we are ready to achieve success. So if we have a fixed mindset, we will certainly shy away from challenges, because our fear of making mistakes can lead us to avoid challenges and new experiences. On the other hand, if we think of developing a growth mindset, it will allow us to take new challenges. It will allow us to go beyond our comfort zones. It will allow us to think out of the box. It will help us go for some innovative, divergent thinking. So it will help us improve ourselves in several important ways. The second aspect of great leadership skills is an entrepreneurial mindset. Because entrepreneurs have to be innovative. good at planning for all possible outcomes. So with these two important tasks clearly cut out for them, the entrepreneurs do that extra effort to develop themselves, to lead to self-development. Because entrepreneurs have to be innovative. Otherwise, after a certain period, their ideas will become obsolete. If they cannot innovate their ideas and take them further and scale them up, the ideas will become obsolete, and then that will lead to problems for them. Similarly, they have to be very, very good at planning, because planning will help them see the future right in front of them. Right at present, they can see the future because of planning. So, for all possible outcomes, when a person is skilled at innovation and planning, the person can think like an entrepreneur. And when that happens, we can easily make people buy into our vision, our dream. And we also become quite adaptable and capable of thriving in all sort of situations. So an entrepreneurial mindset is absolutely essential for great leadership. The third important aspect is stress management. We all know when we work more and more, we are bound to experience stress. So more work will mean more stress. That's not the problem. The problem lies in the fact that if we do not know how to overcome this stress or stressful situations or challenges arising out of stress, that is a problem. So it's very important that great leaders learn how to take care of stressful situations or stress, and that's called stress management. So by paying heed to our body's signals, for example, apathy, anxiety, fear, irritability, this body will give us signals of stress. There may be occasions when I behave in an indifferent manner, I behave in an anxious manner, I behave in a manner as if I'm afraid, or I'm irritated. If somebody is irritated, you know that the person is experiencing a lot of stress. So the whole idea is to make that person comfortable first, to come to terms with the stress, and thereafter you may expect the person to deliver. So the first important thing for us is to pay heed to the body's signals. This body will give us signals and it will not lie to us. That's the most important thing. So look for signals like apathy, indifference, callousness, anxiety, fear and irritability. If you are feeling irritation, then you know you are stressed out. You'll have to stop, take care of yourself and then move. Similarly, if you're anxious, afraid, you're also stressed out. You have to understand that. The second important thing is mindfulness. We know this mind works like a computer. We fill in so many things in this mind in one go, and we expect this mind to respond to all those challenges simultaneously. So we are asking too much from this mind of ours. We need to understand that this mind has its limits as well. So mindfulness will help us a lot. Mindfulness means staying in the present, living in the present and focusing on things that are there at the present moment. So it's all about the present. So if you're doing something at a certain point in time, just focus on that and forget everything else. That way you can be doing two things. You'll be taking care of that things in a completely focused manner, and you'll not be allowing yourself to be stressed out by the other things at the back of your mind. Similarly, taking regular breaks is very, very important. Most often we think that when we begin a task, we'll have to rest only when we have completed the task. Sometimes it may click, some other times it may not. Rather, it may lead us to stressful situations. So it's important that we realize that such stressful tasks are not good for us. So we'll have to go for regular breaks. They may be short breaks, maybe longer breaks, but breaks are very, very important. We can also think of going for that 1-minute vacation. Just close your eyes, take your eyes off your monitor, or take your eyes off the thing that you currently focused on, and then think about something else by closing your eyes for a while, and then take that 1-minute vacation, go to a lovely place in your mind, go to a lovely experience in the past in your mind, and then come back to your current situation. You'll feel relieved and relaxed. Similarly, by delegating tasks, we can always minimize the burden on ourselves. And then we can also leave perfection fixation. There's something called perfection fixation. That means leaders always want to be perfectionists. That's, of course, a good idea. There's nothing wrong about it. But one needs to ensure that this perfection fixation doesn't lead to stressful situations for a person. Because there may be occasions when the perfection is unachievable, and then we strain ourselves too much, and that leads to problems. So good leaders understand when to be perfectionist and when not to be perfectionist, and how not to develop that perfection fixation. And then there's absolutely nothing wrong in seeking help, either professional help or help from our support system, our emotional support system that includes friends, family members, our relatives, and our co-workers. There's absolutely nothing wrong in seeking help, because most often leaders think it is not advisable for them to seek help from other members. Otherwise, they will think that the leader is weak, the leader is incompetent. No, there is nothing like that. We need to drop this, shed this idea, this innovation. There is absolutely nothing wrong in seeking help from others, because at the end of the day, we all are humans as well. So when we seek help from others, we're actually trusting them. We are building that connection with them as well. So that's important. So the next important thing is resilience. It's one of the most important qualities that we all are expected to develop in ourselves. So people who remain calm in the face of disaster have what psychologists call resilience. People with resilience are able to utilize their skills and strengths to cope and recover from life's challenges, which can include those related to death of a loved one, divorce, financial issues, illness, job loss, medical emergencies. So these are some of the situations that we can expect to happen to us in our lives. So we cannot keep ourselves insulated from these disasters, these traumatic events, these challenging, difficult life situations. It's always a good idea to develop a resilience in ourselves so that we learn how to spring back to life, the normal life, after facing a setback, after facing a traumatic event in our lives. So that is resilience. It's again a very, very important skill that is required for self-development. There are a few signs of resilience, and how do you determine that you have resilience or not? Just look for these signs. Do you have a survivor mindset? That means you want to survive in the face of any difficult challenge or situation. Then you know you have resilience. Similarly, do you have emotional regulation? That means, can you regulate your emotions? You're feeling very, very angry right in front of your colleague, but you know that's not the right moment to express your anger. If you can regulate your anger, fine, you have resilience. Are you in control of yourself? That means you're not feeling like somebody else is controlling your mind, your body, your actions, everything. If that's not the situation, you have resilience. Do you have self-compassion? Do you love yourself? Do you like yourself? Do you not blame yourself, then you have resilience. And then, do you also have a great social support? If you have that, you have resilience. The next important skill is reinventing. So, reinventing ourselves means identifying patterns, values, or activities that no longer serve us, and then thinking of changing them for the good. It can involve external characteristics like job, hobbies, appearance, relationships, and location. So we can think of reinventing ourselves in our job, in our appearance. We may change our appearance, haircut, the way we dress ourselves, and a variety of other things. True reinvention also happens inside, and that is self-development. And we call it true reinvention because it happens inside. So reinvention is all about being able to know how we are developing our thought processes, the way we think, and the way we behave. So every day we can think of adding something new to ourselves, developing new skills, reinventing ourselves, rediscovering ourselves, and understanding the importance of all these components of self-development. So that is how we come to the end of this session. I'm sure you have taken note of the important things that I talked about during the session, and you're also going to take care of them so that you can develop some great self-awareness and self-discovery skills, which will ultimately help you go for some focused self-development. Thank you for being with me. Bye-bye.